In New York State, they put you in jail for sneezing. So the last good YouTube video I made was of my 2020 Mazda 3 Premium. Now, if you remember, that car was the midnight blue color. So now it turned white. So fast backwards a little bit, that car was destroyed in a hurricane in Brooklyn. So I bought this car, the 2021 Mazda 3 Turbo Premium Plus, quite a mouthful, and it's not even German. This car, you'll notice, has no front plate. I am in New York because today I am taking my car to CarMax on this trailer to sell it. I purchased this car January 31st, 2022, and today, October 6th, 2022, I'm selling this car, and I have replaced it with this car. This is a 2023 BMW X3 M40i, which I have nicknamed the Bavarian because it is very fast and it is very versatile. Unfortunately not recorded, I brought that auto transport from Brooklyn to where I am now, an undisclosed location, somewhere else, towed by my brand new BMW, and it did very well. It was a little bit strange, and it was a lot of fun. We'll notice that I'm not going to bother walking over there, but this thing actually got crashed into by a tractor trailer, but I have insurance, so hopefully that's no big deal. Let's look at how I look. Hello. So, the reason I am selling this car is it has caused me a lot of problems. This car, my theory is, number one, it was built during the pandemic. It has a lot of electrical problems that the 2021 Mazda did not have. The Mazda dealership in Queens, the only one, if you'd like to look it up on Google, gaslit me to tell me that nothing was wrong. Meanwhile, I told them that I owned the exact same car from new. And guess what? This car fucking sucks. I'm sure if you buy a turbo Mazda right now, it's very nice because while this car was sitting in their dealership for weeks, getting shit fixed, they loaned me a 2023 Mazda CX-30 Turbo Premium, and that car was very nice. And it was very fast. For $36,000, that car I would buy. But the other problem that I've found with these Mazdas, now that I've owned a turbo model and I drove that turbo model, is the brakes cannibalize themselves. What happens with these cars is the brakes are made out of God knows what, Chinesium crap, I don't know, some sort of alloy that costs as much as a bag of Arnold's bread. So the car, every time you start and stop it, it uses the brakes as the parking brake. And I'm sure if you dig in the menu, maybe somewhere you can turn this off. But if you're driving around, especially a place like New York City, and you're driving, you're accelerating, you're braking, accelerating, you're braking, and then, oh, you know what? I'd like something to drink. You stop, you turn off your car, you go inside, buy your drink, spend $2, maybe $1 if you're getting a nice Arizona iced tea. Then you come outside to find out that you need to spend $1,500 on new brake rotors. Well, that was rotors and pads, just for the front. $1,500. So, I decided that I would try owning a car that is not an economy car with a big engine, well, powerful engine. And I do like Mazda. And it's unfortunate because I wanted to make a lot of videos with this car, but, you know, life gets in the way. I'm a very busy person. But this car is going away, and now I got this car. This car I really like. It's very iPhone-esque. You'll notice that these wheels are actually silver. Right now, they are not silver because I use the brakes a lot. This car has, I think, rated 382 horsepower, and this car is fast. And I paid for the speedometer, and the speedometer actually only goes up to 160 miles an hour. The car is limited to 155. This car goes 155 miles an hour without much trouble. And it's also an SUV. And guess what? This car, the brakes still work. Amazing, right? It's amazing what $67,000 will do. I really think that these Mazdas, they're so cheap and they give you a really good car, ostensibly. Meaning it seems that way, but maybe not, because I think they must sell these cars at cost. They make their money on parts, and they make their money, I don't know how these people make money. For example, that CX-30 for 36 grand, super nice car. I took it on a little road trip. Guess what? Car had 500 miles on it. Now, brakes are shot. I drove it from New York City to Philadelphia and back, brakes were shot. Car had 500 miles on it, put another 500 on it, needs new brakes. Don't tell the dealership. Yeah, so moral of the story, don't buy a Mazda if you like to drive fast and use your brakes and then also turn off your car and not allow your brakes to cool. And this must happen with other cars, but I've never experienced something like this. These parts, like, they should not be putting a 320, I think it's like I don't know, it's a lot of torque. Car has a lot of torque. 250 horsepower, 320 foot-pounds of torque. It's a good engine. And it's pretty fast on regular gas, too. That's the other nice advantage of having this Skyactiv motor. So I'm not ragging on Mazda, but I'm just telling you, the people at the dealership, especially Porsche, I was thinking about getting the Macan GTS. But this, like, the guy told me, he's like, listen, that's an economy car. He's like, I don't care how fast it is. That's an economy car. And he was right. So now I got a BMW. And I like it. BMW good. Mazda good too, but not good for a guy like me. So stay tuned. Hopefully we manage to get this Mazda to CarMax. It's about a 50-mile drive. And, because of Murphy's Law, I would have driven it. The plates from the Mazda went on the BMW. So this car is unregistered now. And in New York State, they put you in jail for sneezing. So, yeah, I decided to trailer the car. So this is going to be a fun little adventure, and maybe I'll record more videos soon. Let's put this Mazda on this transport. Ta-da!
Okay, this is going to be part of the video too.
No shit, it's part of the video. Yeah, this window is really small. This is a safety thing.